I'd like to call our regular board meeting to order. We'll start with our board member roll call. Jeanette Sampson.
I am present for the last time.
Jenna Rickenbach.
Here.
Grace Lehman. Here. Marissa Casarudis. Here. And Heidi Wintermute is here. And now can you please all rise for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the Astoria School District, our mission is to strive for a learning environment that partners with the community to fully prepare lifelong learners to thrive in a complex world. Our mission is to engage with students, families, staff, and community members as we provide accessible, relevant, and meaningful educational experiences. And item 2 on our agenda is our community recognition, and Mr. Hoppus has something to present.
Yeah, so recognition for our community recognition tonight is Jeanette. So I have a statement to read. On behalf of the Astoria School District, it's a privilege to formally recognize and honor Jeanette Sampson for her service and commitment for nearly 13 years as a member of the Astoria School District Board of Directors. Her dedication to the success and well-being of our students, staff, and community has been both inspiring and deeply appreciated. Jeanette leaves behind a legacy defined by commitment, compassion, and an unwavering focus on students. Throughout her tenure, Jeanette was a steadfast advocate for the best interests of students, educators, and families, helping to shape policies that promoted academic excellence and holistic student support. Jeanette played a key role in advancing initiatives that enhanced educational resources and ensured safe, inclusive, and enriching learning environments. Notably, she was instrumental in the successful passage of the 2018 school bond, which led to significant improvements in school facilities across the district. Her leadership in that effort and throughout her tenure has had a lasting impact on our schools and the broader Astoria community. As Jeanette steps away from her role on the board, we extend our deepest gratitude for her tireless dedication and thoughtful service. Her presence and perspective will greatly missed, but the influence of her work will continue to benefit future generations of Astoria students. On behalf of the entire school community, we thank Jeanette Sampson for her years of outstanding service and wish her all the best in her future endeavors. So, thank you.
Oh, nice.
Okay, when you will.
Oh.
Do
you want to be? We'll get around her.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you need a picture of her in her chair.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something out there. Yeah. Yeah, so nice. Yeah.
Hey, I can get to it. Is that?
I didn't even do that.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Go eat cake.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
It has been an honor to be here with everybody and all the changes we've gone through and to serve with such a great It's a great group of ladies that even when we haven't always agreed on something, we've always had that mutual and genuine respect for each other. And that's huge. And I think that's what makes our district work, because we are here for the right reasons. And that we care genuinely for the kids and the staff and our community. So thank you.
Thank you.
No,
We want to watch you cry.
how many one like that? And I also like to say thank you to my family for the last 13 years of meetings and conversations.
Okay, cool. Because. Regular.
For the action item for the budget.
I'll send it to you.
Yes, it did, I think.
You did not coordinate all of it.
So we have budget.
Send us that one too.
Oh, I tried to get it off and it fell over.
That's me. Stop right.
I did, but I broke it. I did. He's on there.
Wow, you can. I like the frosting and I didn't know what it was.
I usually.
Yeah.
Oh.
One second.
Are you guys gonna eat that fixed?
They're just gonna watch it. They can do the bowl, they have to do this, this, and this, and this. They don't have to get any.
You already ate it.
No, that's what?
So you could have gotten another one.
It's in the online one, but it's not in here.
Yeah.
Shoot us.
Why don't we have a budget up?
Well, it's still pretty, they just. But.
You just need to do total.
Yeah, but all the words don't, right.
Agreed. What am I gonna do?
All right, I'm gonna sit here.
Yeah, no.
They just don't have.
It's not.
Perfect timing. I'm ready. Okay. Item 3 is our consent agenda, and this is an action item.
I'll move to approve our consent agenda.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that carries. Item 4 are our reports. We'll start with our administrator reports.
This might be a little funny to talk about, but I think we need to know that Maggie Shoemaker is retiring, and she spent about how many years? They're longer than I. So we're really unnecessary. I've just been spending the last couple of weeks meeting them by funders. So a few days. We have new dance. It was intense. We have it at the end of May. So it's fine.
Let's see, we, the second graders, and was in Austin Park the last week, I think it was. And that was fun, it's good. And then had field day all day yesterday. Tomorrow, the fifth graders are having a silent disco in our gym, and I have a few teachers planted to show them how to do that. Stand around and like, oh. So they get headphones and so they'll Bluetooth through the headphones, but everything, the gym will be quiet, so they'll just hear the sounds and have to dance, but I just don't know how it's gonna go, so we'll see how.
Did at the graduation party.
Did they have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know, yeah, we'll see, I'll be curious to see how it goes. And then we have our fifth grade promotion walk and certificates that coming up on Friday, so big week.
I think we're kind of in the same boat, finishing everything up, having the fun field, the fun days. If you've never seen sixth grade Fear Factor, you should drop by on Friday. If you didn't get a chance to see any of the musical programs, they were fantastic. I am amazed at what our music teachers do with our kids and just how phenomenal they are. We're hosting Migrant Summer School at Astoria Middle School, and then our eighth graders are doing their Bridges program at the high school to get them ready for that transition. And personally, I'm looking forward to having Linda back and debriefing this year and kind of nerding out on what we're gonna do next year. So.
Walking to the high school right now, you're gonna see 4 state level trophies, Walk League trophies along that whole line. It's a pretty cool thing. Since we last met, band came home with a 4th place OSAA state championship trophy, 2 individual state champions in track and field, and then obviously the softball team that we already have honored earlier this evening. And then just all the things from baccalaureate to grad walk to awards night. Awards night, Astoria High School Scholarship Inc., I believe awarded somewhere around $530,000 with an additional $70,000 in additional local scholarships. So what a great night for them. And then on Saturday, as you were all present, perfect weather. Thank you for that happening. But we had, I don't know what our graduation rate is, but it's the largest graduation class that we've had in at least over 20 years. So that numerator on that equation is rather large, the largest that we've had in quite some time. So very proud of the district K-12 effort that requires to get that to happen. So very, very much appreciative of everybody, all hands on deck. So, oh, and again, we are kicking off. Believe it or not, we're kicking off on Friday our orientation meetings for the incoming class of 2029 in the Bridges program for our summer school. So no rest, I guess.
So I just want to share a couple of field trips that some of the sped classes have gone on this past week. I think we had at the middle school, Jen Glasson's consortium classroom yesterday went to OMSI and had an amazing trip. Everybody got there, enjoyed their time, got back safely. And then today, I believe we have the consortium class at Lewis and Clark. And it's not a consortium class, it's Liz Visser's self-contained classroom at Astor. Liz organized it and included her old classroom at Lewis and Clark, and then went to the Forestry Center and had a great day outside, and I heard great reports. So pretty exciting things happening, and glad that they could organize it. Also want to just shout out Molly Albright helped organize that so that that class could have that experience. So it was a real team effort.
So I am really just focused on making sure we have all the curriculum we need for the fall. We did get a summer learning grant for summer school this summer, and so we're going to get us plan that. We're going to have going into 1st through 7th grade, which is going to be fantastic. We're hoping the Bridges program. We also, Liz Visser's going to have a few incoming kinders come in and just kind of get used to school before they come in. But I'm going to brag a little bit about literacy because we had our core review meetings. We've been kind of partnering with the ESD and they've been coming in with us from core review meetings. Core review meetings are just like how our core instruction doing, and our literacy decoding scores were phenomenal. Our 5th graders fifth graders, if you look at their decoding, just specifically Howard Waller decoding, 95% of them were at benchmark for decoding. I think our third graders were about 92 or 93%. And then our kindergartners decoding, like they are reading words. And they can read them, they can write them, they can spell them. It's pretty amazing. So I just wanted to.
Thank you.
Let's see, we're making preparations to start summer feeding. That email or that Facebook post went out today on the district's site. And then start preparing for next year, closing up this year, start next year's menus. And then I'm kind of waiting for the updates to the software for the new nutrition standards next year. And then I just have a few summer projects I need to get going on.
Transportation over the last month and a half, because we're almost done with this month. We've done 140 trips about. The month of May, we did about 7,000 miles just in trips alone. Drivers have done a great job accommodating all of the trips and stuff that schools had. We're like everybody else, we're getting ready for summer school. Monday starts the Classic Community College Upward Bound program that will be transporting these 17 kids to the college.
We've been busy the last couple of weeks, kind of getting everything ready for the end of the school year, and ramping up for the summer. Lots of projects on our list. Get them all done.
Thank you. Can I ask a question? Do the students with IEPs get the opportunity still to, like in the summer, take like personal finance or not personal finance, freshman transition or any of those classes to get a jump start? They have that opportunity.
Yeah, so right now we have, I believe it's 30 that are slated for the Bridges program with one that's waitlisted. There's even, so we're a little bit over that. Out of that, 8 of them are students that are receiving specially designed instruction in language acquisition. So what that does, and then there are about 7 or 8 as well receiving specially designed instruction through their IEP. What's so important about them getting that head start is that they get that credit, they'll get their, it's going to be called college and career readiness. And then this one's college and career exploration. Then there'll be a junior class 2 years from now, because this is a new graduation requirement, Senate Bill 3. That will be college and career readiness. They'll take that first half of that and they'll get that done during summer school. So that frees up an additional elective for those students that have ELD classes and those who have a learning resource center class. So that gives them more flexibility. And they got 1 credit under development heading into their September year of their freshman, or September level of freshman year.
I try to promote it with every grade ID. The parents that help out. I talk about, it's really a great thing for those students.
And a little bit more background on this one, I'm really excited about this year is thanks to the grant that Ms. Sparks alluded to, we are able to staff it with the teacher who's in charge of the college and career exploration course, as well as our ELD instructor, and then 3 instructional assistants, one of which is our ELD, one from the middle school to keep the bridge going that they know, a well-known employee of the district. And so that we're really excited about that team that we have set up to help them be successful.
Yeah. Awesome.
Item 4B is student cell phone use, and we talked about this in our study session. Is there any further discussion on that? 4C is our finance report.
So, 2 weeks ago, we received some good news, great news from the Oregon Department of Ed that our Title I allocation for next year increased by 37%.
What?
When we were expecting it to either be flat funded or have a decrease. So we are not having to reduce the new Title IAs program.
So it's Title I is increasing 30%?
Yes, 37% for next year.
We are letting the dust settle, and then I'm gonna call them to figure out why. It has to do something with our poverty rate.
Yes.
want to get the money first, then I'll call. Because there, we were told beforehand, not by OD, by another organization, that there were some, they said there were some big winners and some big losers, and so they called. We were like, oh, that's the call we didn't want, but we got the call saying we got. You're a winner. So I'm gonna wait until July and contact them and say, so tell us why, because there's some other things we should know that could benefit us, both from financial standpoint, or we should know in our district what's going on poverty wise, because it might be change our programs or something, so.
Is that state money or federal
It's
money?
federal,
Federal. Yeah,
but the federal give the state like a lot of money, and the state has some sort of calculation for their application.
Gotcha.
so we are going to contact them and say, tell us why such a big increase, so we.
Are there any questions on the finance report?
Okay, thank you. 4D is our enrollment report.
Yeah, so we're down again. Almost under 1,700, 1,701 at the end of May. That was 9 students for last month. We did lose 2 or 3 graduation. We did have some kids just leave early for the school year. I don't know specifics on why, I just looked at what school and they were leaving early. I have a couple of meetings with, we should probably bring this up at our board retreat also, because it is sort of an important thing for the district to maintain our enrollment. But I'm gonna spend quite a bit of time next Wednesday with administrators on a plan, to really take a look at where these kids are going. I know where they're going, I just don't know how much follow-up we're doing, with kids who are not showing up, and those kind of things. So, we're gonna put a plan in place that there'll be a pretty good communication between us and those homes on where kids are. So, I think we're losing kids to sign up for homeschool, but I don't think, especially at the secondary level, they're signing up for homeschool, I don't think they're going to school, they're just sitting at home. So we have to continue to have that conversation with them.
There's 2 really active groups of homeschool communities that meet and do kind of a co-op thing. I didn't realize there was a second one, but there's like almost 100 kids in each one.
You know, the original reason we started our online program was years prior to the pandemic, was to support homeschool families with curriculum. And we did, we purchased a curriculum for them and they used it at home. And then it sort of evolved with the pandemic and things, but there's something we could learn from that. Yeah, so we're gonna analyze it real close, but it's bothersome the amount of kids in our district that are signed up for homeschool, that I don't think they're doing anything.
It'd be interesting to go to those groups and find
Yeah.
out.
I'd like to have contact information for those groups.
I might be able to get you, because I've talked to a couple of people, I know some that are in one, and I didn't even realize there was a second one.
And they're not all from Astoria. I mean,
No.
they're far reaching out to Burkeville and beyond.
So with that, like, I don't know how things are gonna pan out next year, and just in my short time back, I never signed so many courtesy enrollment papers coming from other districts around us coming to our district, especially at the lower grades and the middle, there are a lot. Probably in excess of 100.
Do you see this number going down even more with the 10 point and the people that work?
Yeah, potentially 171 employees at some point, and we figured out
5 at the high school.
5 kids at the high school whose parents worked there. There was 25 kids total in the district whose parents worked there, and that's only if parents identified in Synergy what their place of employment was. They don't have to. But we looked at that. In fact, high school staff member got that data for us, and it was used for some of the talking points at city council and things like that. And we probably have 5 families that live in the housing at some point, that were at one point were being removed. I do know of 1 classified person, and I do know that staff members work out. There have been, the director at some point, his wife teaches for us. So It's interesting how much the connection is when you get into it. That's it.
4E is gifts to the district, from Jeanette Sampson, clothing, a chestnut shed in the amount of $800. B. Markey, clothing, a chestnut shed in the amount of 100. John Homestead, cash donation AHS, 500. Ryan and Riley Knight, AHS donation 50, for a current total of $1,450 and a year-to-date total of $14,533. Thank you to our generous donors. Item 5 is patron comments and questions, and I don't believe we have any. Item 6 is information. And item 7, unfinished business. And 7A through R are all second readings. Is there any discussion on any of those?
Just, can I point out a humorous one? When I was reading the AI policy, it talks about being careful, like, hallucinations.
Oh, yeah.
AI hallucinations, that's like, what in the world?
Yeah.
AI is hallucinating, but, no, it was just errors. I thought it was a funny word to use, you know, anyway. Yeah.
I'll move to approve the unfinished business.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that carried. Item 8, new business. A is resolution 2024-2025-010, adopting the 2025-2026 budget. This is an action item.
I'll move to approve the resolution 2024. Where is it?
Yeah.
The problem is I don't have my glasses with me.
Tonight, you only have to read the total on each section.
Hey, that's pretty good, Jim. Okay, way to go out. So the resolution number 2024-2025-010 for the resolution adopting the budget, be it resolved that the board of the Astoria School District Fund C hereby adopts the budget. Do I need to read the whole thing or just, yeah,
It's just the totals.
just the totals?
Just the totals.
Yeah, for the numbers.
Read the words
And then the total.
and then like general fund,
Yeah.
total, special, yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to do the result first?
Yes.
Okay,
please.
thank you. All right, I was on the right track. I was like, I didn't think I forgot anything. Be it resolved, the Board of the Astoria School District 1C hereby adopts the budget for fiscal year 2025-2026 in the total of $43,816,942. This budget is now on file at 785 Alameda Avenue in Astoria, Oregon. Resolution making the appropriations, be it resolved that the amounts shown below are hereby appropriated for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025 for the purposes of general fund for a total of $28,220,000. Special revenues for funds 200, total of $8,223,492. Debt service funds 300 for a total of $6,773,450. And the capital projects fund, the 400 account, for a total of $150,000. For the total appropriations of all the funds is $43,366,942. And the total unappropriated and reserved amounts, all the funds of $450,000 for a total adopted budget of $43,816,942. Resolution imposing the tax, be it resolved that the following ad valorem property taxes are hereby imposed upon the assessed value of all taxable property within the district for the tax year of 2025-2026 in the amount of 0 or at the rate of $4.9407 per thousand of assessed value for permanent tax rate, and in the amount of 0 or the rate of 0 per thousand of assessed value for local option tax in the amount of $4,675,000 for the debt service on general obligation bonds. The resolution categorizing the tax, be it resolved that the taxes imposed are hereby categorized for purposes of Article 11, Section 1B, as subject to the education limitation permit tax rate of $4.9407 for every thousand, and the local option is 0 for every thousand. And excluded from the limitation is the general obligation bond debt service of $4,675,000.
That should be like an initiation for new board member now.
So again, I make the motion for all adopting the 2025-2026 budget.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, I can see.
Opposed? All right, that carries. Item 8D, 2025-2026 school board calendar approval.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
I'll move to approve the school board calendar, 2025-2026 school board calendar.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. 8C, resolution 2024-2025-011 enterprise zones, and there's something to read for this one as well.
I'll read it if nobody else wants.
There you go.
It looks easy, it looks easier than what I just read.
That was me.
All right. So resolution number 2024-2025-011, whereas House Bill 2009 for 2023 was passed in 2023 and became part of the ORS 285C.067, whereas House Bill 2009 in 2023 requires the governing body of each school district along with the governing body of the zone sponsor, which is Clatsop County, to set a rate for the school support fee imposed pursuant to sections 48, section 2, and 51, section 2 of House Bill 2009-2023. Whereas this rate must be at least 15% and not more than 30%. Whereas by November 1st, in any applicable year, the governing body of the zone sponsor, Clatsop County, will provide the district with all the information necessary for the district to collect the fee directly from the business firm. Whereas by December 1st, in any applicable year, the district shall send to the business firm a notice of the required fee with a due date not later than December 31st of the same year. Whereas the district shall be responsible for making refunds to business firms of overpayments. Whereas if a fee payment is delinquent for more than 60 days following the date of the delinquency or any later date allowed for curing the delinquency, the board shall give written notice of the delinquency to the business firm and the assessor of the county. Be it therefore resolved that the Astoria School District Board and the governing body establish a rate of the school support fee of whatever percent we choose.
What do you propose?
I am proposing 15% because that's the minimum that we can go.
So that's a motion. Can we have a
Yes.
second?
I second.
Jenna seconded.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that carries at 15%.
I'm sorry.
8D, science curriculum adoption approval. Is an action item.
I'll move to approve the science curriculum adoption.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. 8E, health curriculum adoption postponement approval. Also an action item.
I'll move to postpone the health curriculum adoption.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. 8F, 2023 through 2026 superintendent contract approval.
Is there anything to read? I'll move to approve the 2020.
Is it supposed to be 23 to 26?
We,
I'm like,
revised.
Because that's what it
Same
was,
one, but yeah.
It's the same one, but we had to add.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's just for, okay, 2023-2026 superintendent contract.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, AG, 2025 through 2027 business manager contract approval.
I'll move to approve the 2025-2027 business manager contract.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries. Item 8H, 2025 through 2027 Director of Food Service contract approval.
I'll move to approve the 2025-2027 Director of Food Service contract.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. 8I, 2025 through 2027 Director of Facilities contract approval.
I'll move to approve the 2025-2027 director of facilities contract.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? This is Jen. Yeah. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, that carries. 8J, 2025 through 2027 Director of Transportation Services contract approval.
I'll move to approve the 2025-2027 director of transportation services contract.
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
It was nice.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that passes. Item 9, comments for the good of the order. Mr. House?
There's a few things. It's good to be back. It's, I told you it's a fun time to be back too. Go back with all the field trips, graduation, and those types of things, but graduation was great on Saturday. It didn't seem like an overabundance crowd, I think, because putting the band on the field and,
That helped.
yeah, it went pretty smooth considering this year. I love that we have 12 or whatever valedictorians, but they all stood there, I think, when heard speeches from, and then they got done with like 7, and the rest, that's all sat down. I was like, oh, last 4 not gonna speak, so, but heard them anyway. I wanna just mention to the board, and you can give your feedback or however you like, but there's some entities within our community, including the school district, the county, the city, college, school district, that have worked sort of diligently over the last 3 weeks in partnership with Tongue Point. And I have attended a couple meetings and attended the city council meeting, which was just specifically for Tongue Point. It was great to see the support and have quite a few Tongue Point students there and staff. So one of the things we've talked about, I mentioned the chamber is also sort of the point people doing this, David Reed, but I'd like to bring back to the board in July a resolution in support of the chamber, support of Tongue Point, that all the different entities that I mentioned will be doing something similar, if not the same resolution. And we also have a list I'll provide to the district on who we're gonna send that resolution to. It's just one thing just to do it and then just get set aside, but we'll be sending to some federal leadership groups and.
Did I hear something about a possible stay?
They were supposed to be out by June 30th, and then there was a lawsuit filed, they got stayed, but they're not out of the woods yet. We don't know how long that's going to be, so we're trying to do some work. I asked today from Tongue Point leadership some statistics of the data, because you hear things out there about grad break and things like that, and I will share that with the board as to the data they gave me, including the 171 employees, including cost $41,000 per student, but the average salary they make is over $50,000 when they leave there. It's more regionalized now. They used to get kids from all over the country. They still do for certain programs like their maritime program, but it's more regionalized, Idaho, Northern California, Oregon, and Washington. So it's impacting communities, not only here, but everywhere. I'll get that data for you, and we're pretty much finalized the resolution, but I'll bring that to July. And then another thing that I'm dealt with since I got back was the county have received, which I assume is all counties in Oregon, funds for an opioid settlement. And they've collected over $1 million. And the county commissioners have shared with county staff that they want that money spent on prevention and treatment type programs or counselors. So today I had a meeting with 3 representatives from the county as well as concept of behavioral healthcare. And all of our counselors and sort of our attendance people are kind of resource center. So they could hear how that money's gonna be spent and the impact they could have on kids. And they're gonna meet with them again on August 26th when they come back, the county's gonna be here. But really what it could do is, for our district, either 1 or 2 days a week, provide like a drug and alcohol counsel within our school system, which we haven't had for years, paid by for the counties. And it's like a grant, they'll do it until the money runs out, but they already have over $1 million, so it could be a while if it works. But the counselors are really involved in helping to design that, so. And then this last, thank you again, and appreciate your time. And she told me on this weekend, she only missed 3 meetings, 2 because she was sick, and 1 she was on a cruise. I think that the cruise wasn't an excused absence, though.
I was in international waters.
That's right. Thank you.
Minnie?
Hi, first of all, I just wanted to, thank Linda, and she's not here tonight, but for visiting district office, and I would like to thank her for all of her work this last spring and helping us keep everything going before he returned. And then, also I want to thank Jeanette, because she's put a lot of time into the board. Appreciate it. Always feeling supported. That's
Okay, board members, do you wanna go first, Jeanette? Or you wanna go last?
I'll go last.
Okay, Jenna.
Well, first, thank you, Jeanette, for all of your service and friendship. And, yeah, I mean, you think about all the things that we've gone through as a board together, not the least of which was COVID. And, your support of students and, yeah, a good sounding board and, yeah, your passion for the students and the transportation district, the food service and our facilities. Yeah, just really appreciate you as a person and a fellow board member. Graduation was good. I have one suggestion, maybe just flipping the parents over in front of the stands.
The back's
There's a
turned
little
to kids.
shade.
The back's turned to kids, get their diploma. Because they stopped them with a walk, which was fine, but I don't think parents would appreciate this. Would appreciate seeing the kid get the diploma.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great. It seemed to fly by because it's just something every day and feel like I'm shell shocked. Like, did that really just happen? Is it over? And I had fun at the graduation celebration afterwards. I got to help all night long. But yeah, they had a lot of fun and were very appreciative and just a good class. I mean, the graduation rate, it sounds like, is really good. And just a lot of stellar kids for such a big class. And I think it's commendable. And just fun stuff happening at the end of the school year. And congratulations, Tyler. And thank you for running. Appreciate that. I guess we'll look forward to having you with us next month. I'm sure there's things that I will have thought, oh shoot, I should have said that. Oh, congratulations to the softball team.
Yeah.
That was fun to celebrate with them. I don't understand how OSAA doesn't recognize that there's graduations on these weekends and cannot plan accordingly, but
Well, I will tell you something in public meeting, I'll tell you, because I haven't had a chance to talk to her, but I got a call Thursday before. And, former Senator Betsy Johnson was gonna fly the kids back. And, the call, I didn't get a call from Betsy, but I got a call from somebody else who was helping her. And, they called me so that I would contact the parents to see if it was okay. But when I talked to them, we put the timeline down, there was probably no way to get them back. And even if they wanted, they didn't have a chance, they wouldn't have a chance to celebrate with their teammates that had been on the plane and gone. And, but I will call Betsy and thank her for that. So, and from what I heard, and I don't know if it's true, Betsy actually called OSA to say, in her gruff way, why didn't you change the date and time? Because there was games on Friday. And St. Helens had graduated night, well, that's part of the problem. St. Helens had graduated Friday night.
Yeah, there's graduations on Friday, but they happen every year around this time, so it seems like, I mean, on one hand, they're pretty awesome experience for the seniors because they're diploma on the field. On the other hand, I just feel like, academics, you know, it's always that battle between sports and academics, I guess, and, we're trying to push for graduation and attendance and all of these things, so to have that outweigh graduation, I don't know. Cause like, where's the priority at? They're kinda, yeah, but good experience for them too. I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind that as a memorable, you know, graduation.
I think the kids, I didn't find out, but I asked some people when they were scheduled, the seniors were scheduled to be at grad night that night. They got back in time.
Yeah, they came.
Yeah, good. At least get to spend time with the classmates.
Anyway, excited for them and making history. Sorry.
What's your time?
I never have my phone on when I'm supposed to have it on, and apparently I have it off when I'm supposed to. Great. Your turn.
You have more?
Probably, but never fails me.
Yeah. So I just want to say, first of all, to all our staff and teachers, have a great summer. Enjoy, take a break. You deserve it. And congratulations, again, I'll echo the congratulations to the softball team and also to our 2 state champion track athletes. One of them being our next board representative, Queen Gore, and a freshman, came out of nowhere, in triple jump, which was awesome. It was so fun. Anyway, trying to think. Oh, and then I'm sorry I missed graduation. I come from a family that has a lot of kids that are of that age, and we were celebrating a family member graduation on the same day. So, and then to Jeanette. So Jeanette took my spot.
Here it goes. I almost walked out because I was listening.
No, it was very, one of those, I mean, you guys know, well, you know, it's very awkward to like be interviewed in the same room with your competition, but Jeanette won, but then the people chose me later on, and
Yes.
so anyway, but I appreciate that she was on the board first, because I have always appreciated that you have always put students first and always looked at everything from that angle. And I know that we, like, as a board as a whole, have a lot of differing opinions on things, but the thing that I've appreciated the most is that always comes to the forefront, and because of that, there is a respect and it works. And I really appreciate that, and I think I learned that by you having some experience before I got on the board. I think it's very easy, and I'll say this because we have a new board member coming in, that it's very easy to come in with an agenda, and that causes a lot of distraction and disruption. And I've appreciated my fellow board members, but particularly because
you're leaving, I'm going to recognize you, that it has always been about the community and the students as a whole, and I appreciate that. So thank you, and I wish you the best, and I know we'll see you anyway, so, thank you. Yeah.
Everything everybody said, congrats to the state champions. That's wonderful and awesome, and yes, Janet, I'm gonna echo and Grace, kind of like the, mama hen. But
I gotta come to your chicken palace.
yeah. I love the passion you have and all the tears behind just your passion that you have. Because that's how I am. And it's funny that you didn't like me, but I got over it.
That was a nice one.
I love how we connected and we actually have so much more in common than we thought. Yeah, and thank you for all those years, a lot of years, and I'm glad that you got to give both your daughters their diploma. Make us cry during graduation.
I didn't even cry when my daughter.
No, she didn't. She was crying. She rolled.
Oh.
We were all, I know, we were both like, why are we crying?
There was a moment, like, she was watching her son and she's like, that's my son, and I lost it again, and just the pride.
Yeah, that is my favorite time of the year, is doing that. Just like, it fills me with such joy and pride for all these mothers, just because as a mother, like, the struggle is so real for so many of these children and for us. And I cry, I'm not gonna cry just thinking about one day here. It's a long road, and it's easy to say, like, you graduated from high school, but like, there's so much more than just like academics. There's life. There's life that happens through your life, and it just makes it so much harder for these children. And so see all these children graduating just makes me so happy, and I would probably cry the entire time that I keep it together. But anyway, so thank you for all of that. And then I did go watch the band play at the middle school. Mr. Strout is an amazing conductor, and the kids love him, and these kids in middle school are really good. They're really good, and I can't wait to see when these 7th and 8th graders get into high school for like the band there, because they're gonna go places.
They played for the grad walk too.
They did, yeah. They are doing amazing, and I really, really love that. And so thank you to all the staff and all you guys do, and everybody's losing it at the end of the school year is what I heard. So I love it, and it's time for a break, so thank you for everything you guys do. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody said everything already. Jeanette, I'm gonna miss all the hugs. You're the hugger of the group, and you like bring a lot of family feel to our work, which I'm gonna miss a lot. And I know that you're excited to have a break from it. You've been for a while, so I wish you well and whatever you end up doing, if you join another board. Yeah. I know you said something about it. But you will be missed. Great. And welcome, Tyler. Welcome back, Craig. Thank you, Linda. All the things everybody already said. Have a great summer. And also on the music note, I did get to go see Liz and Clark's some spring conference or spring concert, which was also amazing. And thank you to transportation for bringing all the parents up there so that we don't have to fight parking. It was great. I enjoyed it a lot. So, Jeanette.
Okay, well, I know everything. So I want to say, it has been amazing. I'm not gonna cry. It has been amazing for the 13th. I'm gonna do this. Shut up, Jenna. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, even when in January of 2021, I was ready to say, that's it, I'm done, because COVID and people were nasty. And then I slept on it, and then I was mad the next day, and I was like, I won't repeat what I said at home, but I'm still here. And, I think we've done a phenomenal job in our district, keeping it going and keeping our kids moving forward and supporting our staff and our parents and just the whole kit and caboodle. I just want everyone to enjoy their summer, break where they can, because I know summer's still really busy. Welcome aboard, Tyler. It's you, I think what was being said was very true, that I think a lot of people come in and go, oh, I want to do this, this, and this. And I think just stepping back and listening, that the first year or two is a lot to take in. It's a lot to learn, and just have grace for yourself, because it's, you don't know what you don't know. And the budget piece is a pain in the, and that's, and, I know that when I came in, my thing was I wanted to get FFA back, but I did not pound the table. It was conversations. It was trying to figure out where we could make it work. And, because my daughter and Charlie Hall, who happens to be married to our FFA advisor, were the last two FFA kids, and they missed out on a lot, because the program shut down before they could get their, state degrees and American degrees. So, and she was here tonight, so I'm not crying, I'm taking a breath. So yeah, I just, you've got a great group of ladies here that know varied pieces and work really well together. And again, it's, you know, it's kind of like a family. You're not always gonna agree, but you can agree to be respectful and to be, the one thing I will say is, protect the district as far as, staying off of social media and not engaging with people, because it's like, you're in a battle with a skunk. You are not gonna win, and all it does is create more chaos. So, I will just leave it at that. So,
Just keep it reciprocity and just, you know.
yeah, just, yeah. Thank you, Craig, and Mindy, for all you've done, to Linda for stepping in. I'm glad Craig is back, and I'm glad, you know, she's able to get back to things when she's here. And I did reach out to her and just send her a little note, because I knew she wasn't gonna be here. I also want to thank, the other three individuals, Holly and Susan and Carl, for the election, and you all were very civil and wasn't tumultuous, and I appreciated that from the district's perspective, as well as knowing everybody involved. And, so I gladly give you my chair, and, you may have to adjust it a little, but it's okay, it's good. So, and I just want to thank you ladies for the fun times. I'm gonna freaking miss the OSBA conferences. And, I don't know, you might see me on the streets of Portland around November time, you never know. So,
Join us for dinner.
yes, that's what we have to crash the parties, but,
You should go with me.
but yes, no, I want to congratulate our kids on oh my gosh, the softball girls. Sammy was on that team, and after a Tommy John injury, she wasn't on it, and so, you know, we're like, darn it, that would have been the team. But we have watched them grow and just succeed tremendously, and so proud of them. To the band kids for what they've accomplished, you know, bringing a fourth place, I mean, that's huge in the state. And to our track kids, that's pretty awesome, especially the individual awards for them. Thank you to Betsy for her offer as well. That was pretty awesome that she was willing to do that. And thank you for going to bat with OSIA too, about everyone, let's figure out the scheduling. But so with that, graduation was amazing. I'm so thankful for the weather, but I'll tell you, from 2013 graduation to this, I was tired this time around. I was swiped, but it was awesome to see these kids that I've known, some before they were even born, because I worked with their parents elsewhere, and then watching them grow up, and or some coming in at kindergarten, or some coming in, throughout the years of school, and just watching them blossom and grow, and I was so happy for every one of them walking across that field, and so very proud to have been able to do this for 13 times, and it's pretty awesome. So anyway, with that, I will shut up now. I'm done, and just thank you all for everything.
Thanks, Jenna. All right.
Good.
Our future meetings, Wednesday, July 9th at 5:45. We have our regular board meeting here in the boardroom, and we will be figuring out what date and time our school board retreat will be. The Astoria School Board of Directors will now meet in executive session under the authority of ORS 192.6602D to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing bodies carrying on labor negotiations, and ORS 192.6002E to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to negotiate real property transactions. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on or otherwise disclose any of the deliberations or anything said about the subject during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decision may be made in executive session. At the end of the executive session, we will return to open session and welcome the audience back into the room. It's 8:37.
I'll move to.
Move back into open session. Welcome everybody back. All right, now I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Oh, no tears with that. I'll second.
All right, we are adjourned.